Hi, I'm Amber.
And I'm Sarah, and today we are in the great outdoors. So it's a little windy out here today, but we are from Wisconsin, so we can do this. Whether you're in your own backyard for maybe a staycation or you're at the campsite, open fire cooking is something that will transform just a regular meal into something really extraordinary. From the savoriness of the smoky flavor, it's just something that can't be replicated in the kitchen. So today we're going to show you some really great recipes. And I don't know, the best thing about camping or open fire cooking is just being around the fire with family and friends and lots of laughs and lots of great memories.
Today we're making high iron breakfast tortillas, veggie kabobs, and a foil packet, also known as a Hobo dinner packet.
So there's something about being in the outdoors that just makes you a little extra hungry, and but yet we don't want to spend a lot of time prepping or having to clean up. We just want to enjoy our company and being outside. So these are simple meals that have been prepped ahead of time. So we've scrambled up the eggs, we've cooked up the sausage. All we have to do is pull them out of the cooler or pull them out of the fridge, whatever, if you're at home or at a campsite. And we're gonna start with a breakfast, the breakfast tortilla. I say breakfast burrito because it just rolls off the tongue a little easier. So with this recipe, you just need to start with your tortilla. And then we're gonna do two different kinds today. So one is going to be more of a ham, egg, and cheese. The other is gonna be just a little bit spicy because I like a Mexican flavored breakfast burrito. So with this, we'll just start with a little bit of egg in each one. And the key to this is to not overload it, right? So otherwise it's gonna be kind of messy. So start with that egg base, and then Amber, you can do the ham because you're doing ham and cheese. I'm going to use this breakfast sausage because again, I'm gonna have more of a Southwest or Mexican style burrito. And to add a little bit of spice, I am just gonna put a little bit of salsa on there. You can also put that on afterwards too. All right, so wrapping these up.
We're ready to add our cheese in there quick.
I forgot the most important ingredient.
You're right.
Jeez, we're in Wisconsin again and I forget the cheese. That is not good. Now it's all ready. So we want to get, start by folding it over in half, and then we want to get those ends wrapped up inside. And again, if we can make this kind of molded into that square little shape of your high iron. And
we're gonna butter.
Amber, did you butter that? You forgot to butter that.
I'm on it.
So if you've never used a pie iron before, you'll definitely wanna read the directions because we have to season it at first. If you really want your sandwiches or whatever you happen to be making in it, you're really gonna make sure that's seasoned so the things don't burn. So, whoops. My Mexican one fits in there nicely. And Amber, I'm gonna put your ham and cheese one in there.
Perfect.
Whoops.
All right. Let's close the pie iron up.
Yep. And now we're gonna put this right over some nice warm coals. And it really just takes a few minutes. I would recommend checking it every couple of minutes and flipping it over and keeping an eye on it because it's not an exact science. So depending on how hot your coals are will really depend on how quickly these cook up, and we want them nice and brown, not burnt. So here we are with our pudgy pie makers. And finishing up the last of the pudgy pies, our breakfast burritos, tortillas, whatever you want to call them. And And our fire's pretty hot, so we're gonna keep rotating. Ooh, that's looking good. All right, are we gonna put it on this plate right here? Okay. You gotta be pretty careful with these. Here we go. I'm gonna plop them.
Here they come.
Wow, there we go.
Ooh, look at that.
Those look pretty perfect.
And there you have it, our breakfast burritos. Next up, we've prepped our veggie loaded meal, which is our kebabs, using our fresh garden veggies. Thank you to our friends Jesse and Josh Nagel for donating these homegrown veggies that are used in our video today. So our veggie kebabs make a great light lunch, or they pair perfect as a side with burgers or sandwiches.
Yeah.
So let's start assembling these. We've soaked our wooden skewers, and we're gonna go ahead and slide our veggies on. All right, we almost have them all assembled. Now we're gonna go ahead and coat them with some mayo. We're just gonna kind of rotate it and brush it on each kebab. And then Sarah's gonna go ahead and start sprinkling each one with our seasoning, which is a little paprika, a little salt, and a little pepper.
Ooh, the wind's blowing it right off. You know, Amber, we might need, you want to put an onion on the end of this one to secure it a little bit because it's running. Woo. The wind's really taking that.
Those are looking really pretty. I love the color on them.
There we go. And a little pepper. And last thing, salt.
Ooh, I can't wait to taste one of these.
These are so good. So simple, but so good. Love that.
All right, let's head over to the grill. All right, our veggie kebabs are gonna cook over the tripod, and we'll rotate them as they cook, checking them every few minutes.
And depending on, you know, how hot your coals are, you might want to lower the tripod or raise it. I think it's pretty good right now. I see a few of them are starting to crisp up. Nice. All right, I think these are pretty much done. Whew.
Ooh, smells delicious.
Yeah.
I can't wait to try one.
Now, I could say it, but I think you say it best.
And there you have it, our veggie kebabs.
All right, so our final recipe is a really nice hearty dinner meal. Well, you can make it anytime, but I think it's a nice hearty dinner meal. It's a foil packet, so sometimes people call them hobo meals. We have gone through all the work, right? So this is our meal. It's so simple. We've done everything ahead of time. So now all we need to do is dump our pre-cut veggies, and this one has a little bit of a twist. So most people are used to using like hamburger in their hobo meals, but we used kielbasa, or like a turkey sausage. So now we can just put a little olive oil over this. And the other thing we did to save a little bit of time is to put our seasonings mixed up all together. Woo, the wind is gonna take that again. Woo. There we go. Looks really good. Yes. And now, Amber, you just want to stir that up. So we're going to get that all mixed up. And while she's doing that, I'm going to prepare the foil. So now we have a nice big piece of foil.
Sometimes that wind just gets you.
And stand back, Amber, because the wind's probably going to take this too. There we go. Now the key for cutting up the veggies with this recipe is to make sure everything's thinly sliced. That way it'll cook up a lot faster for you. And the sausage is already pre-cooked, so you don't have to worry about the meat being cooked to a certain temperature. All right,
we're ready.
Go ahead, yep. So scoop some of that on. Again, we don't want to overfill these. We have enough here to make quite a few packets, so depending on how many people you have.
Get a variety of all the good stuff.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Maybe one more little scoop. Excellent. I'm going to follow up with a couple little pats of butter. And now we're gonna wrap this up. So we want it to be nice and tight so none of the juices empty out. So we're gonna bring it up on the sides and then we'll fold it over nicely so it's nice and tight. And then we'll take the sides and we'll do the same thing. All right, we have our final hobo meal made and we have them all ready to take over to the fire. All right, now we've got our hobo packets, hobo meals over the fire. And we're gonna let those cook for about 20 minutes. And again, we still have some pretty nice coals. We can lower it if we need to. And every once in a while, we're just gonna unwrap it and see how things are going. But we for sure don't want these to burn, right, Amber?
Right.
Then we'd be a little out of luck and we'd have to resort to peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something.
Roasted potatoes and carrots.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
What's really nice, well, this was so simple to put together, and the other part is now we have no dishes that we have to worry about too.
Just toss her in the garbage.
Perfect. Alrighty, our foil packets are done. We checked them. Everything's nice and tender and warm and golden.
And now we have some special and really hungry guests we want to invite in. Come on, guys. Have a seat around the campfire with us.
Did you guys bring your appetite?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Are you ready to try something? All right, here we go.
What do you want to
like
try
one?
first?
Thank you guys for joining us around the campfire today. We hope you'll enjoy these unique flavors and the outdoors when you try these at home. Let us know what your favorite is in the comments. Happy camping!
Bye.